Hello, hey everybody. Um, so today I am going to finish the chair that I start for him. One of the things that I do is if I'm making someone and this person is using an object or sitting or doing anything like that, I rather having this object before I start the person. So he's gonna be sitting on a chair, and I don't know. I put those. Oh, that was just to sit him on the thing. I don't need that. So he's gonna be sitting on the chair, and I rather having the chair already ready to go, and then I can sit him on that. Why I do that? Because even if you put something like with the height, so I could just get this and put him sitting on here and just make him, and then I'll make the chair after. And then it's harder for you to find the right size of the chair and match it like perfectly. I don't know. I figure it's easier to have already the original object that he's going to be sitting on, or for example, he's going to have a guitar. So I'm not going to make his arms until I have the guitar already here. Maybe even finish the legs until I have the guitar. So I rather having all the objects. So for example, a hand, if he's going to be holding a gun, I don't want to sculpt his hand like that and then attach the gun in there. So I rather having the gun and then sculpt the hand already holding the gun. So every object that he's going to be using or that we're going to have on the sculpture, I rather having it there. So this is the glass that I made in the last class, how it turned out. It's not put on his face properly. It's still attached in there just to hold, because we would have to glue it better, have some space, because we don't use our glass like all the way into the face. But I put like that to see if I liked it, if I want to keep this glass or if I want to make another one. Truth is, I still didn't decide if I want this one. You can still see his eyes. I don't know if you guys can, but you can still see his eyes a little bit. It's not focusing on him. There. But I still didn't decide if I want this one or a transparent one, or if I'm going to try to make better glasses, but for now that's what I've got. And this is the chair. So I've searched some pictures to see what kind of chairs they would have in the studio at the time that he was doing that, because these things also change. We can't like do a modern chair for John Lennon to be sitting on. It would be weird. So I've searched some. I found some models. Actually, the one that they have more often in the studio is something like that. But we would need to make this. I don't know the name of that. We would need to make with this machine to be able to connect metal with metal. And it's way harder. It's more complicated and it's not necessary. So I just made this style of chair that is like 4 legs, and we're going to have a cushion in here, cushion on the back, and that's it. So I'm going to show how I did that here and how I decide on the measurements. So I got a picture, and on this picture I observed, I got a picture with the chair, and I think it's Paul McCartney. I don't know who is it. It's some man standing in front of the chair. So this is kind of like you have to research about it. And the chair seat, as you can see, the height of it, it's kind of in this knee line here. So that's what I did. I measured this line to get the height of the chair. And then I measured from the butt the sitting area. So it kind of goes till half of leg here in the butt, sitting on half and kind of around here. So it's always, obviously, chairs don't keep up the same measurements exactly, but that's like a standard measurements. And also I set myself on a chair to see where it would reach. And then for the back, I put in here, and I looked at the picture. There's a picture of him sitting to see where the metal would go, and the seat goes kind of like half of the back in here. So always measuring all the parts of the chair, and also how large it would be, so it would have to fit his. This is not the cushion, this is just the measurement size, so the cushion is going to be a little bit larger. It has to fit his hips on it. So yeah, that's how I got the measurements. So I got these measurements and I transfer to this paper with the squares. That makes it easier. So this is the leg size is like 9 squares. It would be about the leg size. And I measure up the squares in here. And then I was kind of like planning how to do it. And then this is the final draw for it. So what that is, this is the 9 square. And I put a little bit extra here because we might want to make a little bit bigger so we can make some holes in the base. Like this. And attach the legs to the hole and glue it inside a little. This one doesn't fit, but something that would go inside. So we might want to do a little bit bigger so it's possible for you to do that. So I put this 9 here and a little bit that it's optional. 9 for the leg. So this is front leg here. And then this is where we bend the wire. And then this is the sit. So let me get here where is it here? I have, this is what we're looking for. Right, so this first one is this, exactly that. So this is the size of the leg. And then first sit, second sit, third sit, and then another leg. And then you bend, and then this is what you get. Like have to be the legs doesn't need to be right to the floor like straight. It can be out a little bit. So this is what I got for the first one. And then for the second one, I have another one here. I was trying different things, so let me find here. There. And then for the second one, this is what you want, because there's also the sit. So this one turned out small, that's why I didn't use. So for the second one, here are the measurements. I did 9 squares for the leg, and then first sit, I think there's 8, 1, 2, 3, no, there's 6 for the sit, and then 1 to go inside here to the sit, and then there's another one. This one I didn't do the other one, but this one I did, that it goes out a little bit, so that's why I didn't use this one too. I forgot to put this one in this here. So this one is to go out, and then this one to go up, and then the height of the sit in here, then the 4 to go here. For the sit I use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 up, and then fold in this part for the sit, 8 down, and then 1 to go in like that, 1 to go out, and then the other one is this sit, and then another leg. So we got this with an extra out here that I didn't do for this one. And then you get these two and put them together like this. Oops, no, legs back and front. And you can either put inside or outside, or if you want to put up and down, just make one leg larger than the other one. These ones are not a fit, they don't fit together. They could, like this. And then you tie up with a thin wire around and connect them together, and that's all I've done for the chair. It's pretty easy, pretty fast. It's just hard to find like the measurements that you want, and once you find, and then you make one, you put him sitting on to see if this is gonna look okay, and it does look good. Kind of looks like what I saw in the picture, and that's it. And now I'm gonna put a black cushion and a black thing for the back. Let me see. Did you guys receive the notification from Patreon that I'm here? So I made a little bit of clay. I don't even know if this clay is going to be enough. It might not be enough. I think I'm going to need more black clay. Oh no, I have more there. Okay, so I'm going to make a ball just so I can start sculpting. And take this out of here. And I'm going to use something to make it flat. Whatever tool you guys have in there, it doesn't need to be the same as mine. And it cannot be the machine, because the machine doesn't go that thick. I don't want to go too skinny. I want to be like a sit, so kind of this, maybe more, something like that. And I'm gonna cut. My clay is very soft. This clay is a little bit too hard when you just opens, and it becomes very soft once you work on it. So let me get my cutter. So I like to work with the cutter just like that, so it's easier for me to cut. I don't put the lamina anywhere. Let me just clean up. There's some beige clay in here. I don't want to make my chair all dirty. So here, and I'm gonna kind of cut. I'm not gonna measure perfect because we're gonna press the chair in here and it's kind of gonna mess it up anyway. So just something around. Maybe I did it too small. I'll check. Kind of that. I'm gonna put in here. Kind of too small. I'm gonna press it in. Yeah, it's too small. I have to make another one, I guess. It's okay. I can always make thinner, and then I can put another extra cushion in here if I want to. Or I should just use the measurement. I didn't. Just want to do all fast. But anyway, you just come here, put a clay, and then you have to decide on the shape of the seat that you want. If it's gonna be square, if it's gonna have like rounded edges, which I think it's nicer to have rounded edges. If it's too complicated for you to do the shape and the thickness at the same time, you don't have to. You can only kind of cover it, and then after that you get another piece of clay. You bake this one, get another piece of clay, and then fix all the shapes. You can cut after too. So right now what I want is to make sure that this is gonna have, it's gonna be, have like a dent, so the wire is inside and it's gonna be very safe. It's not gonna break very easy. Oh, by the way, the wire that I'm using is very thick, but it's not very hard. So I think it's this one. Yeah, so it's easy to bend. It's not very hard to bend, even though it's very thick, because this is not really a wire. You can find aluminum wire to do that, if you find. I didn't find aluminum, so I got this one that is actually, I don't even know what it is, but it's the material to do the solder. So actually this melts pretty fast, and it's easy to bend. It makes your work just easier, and it's strong enough so the chair doesn't disassemble. You don't need stronger than that. Like, it's not gonna get a lot of weight or anything like that. And also, it's just a little piece. This is gonna be inside a hole, and it's not gonna be opening. So it's strong enough. All right, so I'm just gonna go in, and you can either, if you feel that it's necessary, you can just cover here. Go to the center again. You can just cover here if you want. I don't see a need of doing that. Just like this. And if you want, you can even just do this part, and then when you have his butt ready to go, you make another little thin layer to put around, kind of like a cover, and then you sit his butt in there to make the marks of the sitting butt. It will be more realistic. I don't know if I'm gonna do all of that. For now, I just need something to measure his pose. And I don't want these metals to be showing too much, so I'm gonna cover it. Not all of it, but some. Because what I want here is just that this doesn't pop out of here. So, like, if I just glue in the bottom of a dry and hard seat, that would be easier to just cut the seat hard and bake it and glue it in here. I think it could detach from the chair easier. So I rather just having the wire kind of like inside the clay, so it doesn't come out so easy. Okay, and I'm gonna do this. And if you want, if you are not planning to make anything in here, if you already have the thickness you want and everything, we could even, to go more realistic, to make like some kind of like the sewing part of the seat in here, pretending to be, I don't know, it's black, you can't even see what I'm doing, but it looks cool if you make a, can you see? I don't think so. Oh, there. So I'll just make some marks if you want. It probably won't even show. His leg is going to be in front of here, but just an option if you want to go more realistic. You can do this. Anyway, so let's not complicate what is simple. Let's keep it simple. And if you feel like it's too wavy and you need it more strong, don't worry about trying to get that now. Do it after with the sanding. It's going to be easier, and because you know, clay, soft clay, you put your hand and it goes pretty fast, but with the, and you can't really get like super straight sometimes, but is all you need is sanding and it will be as straight as you need. So that's it for this here, and now I'm gonna do the seat. So for the seat, I will do the same thing, and also if I think I need some more, I can do it after. So the seat actually, there's a couple options. We don't need to show the wire in the back. We could just put a seat like in here and in the back and cover it all, and then just have the metal coming from the inside, which is cool. Also the shape of it, it's something you can decide on. It can be rounded, it can be rounded on the top and I don't know, curvy on the back. It can't be too modern though, just pay attention on that. Let me see the picture that I found. What kind of it is, because I don't remember. How is the sit? But I've searched a lot and I do have a picture here somewhere. So I took a lot of pictures of the guitar as well. So there's one picture here. Any picture really shows, oh, this one shows. So it's square. The ones that they are having is more of a square. And the wire is actually coming from the outside, but I'm not going perfect, but I'm gonna keep the square so I know that I am keeping the same style. And that's it. So for the chair, I think for the back, it would look better if I covered all the wire, because this kind of seat that shows this wire, they actually have like a piece of wood in here and some screws that I'm not planning to do, so I'm just gonna cover it all. So I'm gonna make another wire here, and I don't want to have it like all cut it very nicely. I don't even know if I'm gonna sand mine because I wanted the chair to look kind of comfy, and I think if I do very straight, it might not look very comfy. I still want it to look straight and realistic, but not looking like a piece of hard square without any undulations or anything like that. So I might, after, if I need, do some cuttings to straighten up, I can. So I will probably cut a paper, make a mark where it needs to go, cut a bit, and if I'm gonna sand it, I probably will sand with just acetone, because the acetone doesn't leave so square and kind of like, it looks too perfect. It looks kind of more uncomfortable. I don't know, just my opinion. So I'm just gonna put this together, and sanding with acetone makes it smooth and it doesn't have aggressivity of a sanding paper. I don't know, try it out and I don't know how to express that, but if you try out you can understand what I'm saying. The sanding paper goes and makes like a very straight thing, just and the acetone kind of, you can still follow the shapes that you gave with your hands, and it does not necessarily remove all the wavy stuff, unless you don't want to have it wavy. I kind of want a little bit wavy so it looks more comfortable. Not a lot, but a little bit. So looks like the seat is a little bit skinnier than, the back is a little bit skinnier than the seat, so I'm gonna keep that information in here, and here is very bad. I got a lot of huge waves here. I'm just gonna cut it. So same thing that the sanding machine does is if you cut with the knife, you're gonna get very straight and very pop, 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 kind of a mathematic cut. But if you go with your hands, then you don't get like that. So I kind of do both. So I get the right cut, but also I keep some waves from the handing to look more comfy. You don't want to make like a very uncomfortable looking chair. So I like the front. This is what I want from the front. And if I can't reach the result right now with the back because the clay is soft, and if I try to fix that, I might mess it up. I will try once, but if I can't, I can just do the covering the iron after it's baked. So do it in steps and it makes it easier. I think this is gonna work okay here now. I'm just gonna cut the excess and try to smooth that out a bit. There we go. I have some chairs tutorials on my YouTube too, that I made these kind of chairs that are way nicer than this one, and it shows the full process to do this kind of chairs. It's nice. It's a nice tutorial. It's available on my YouTube channel there. So if you guys are planning to do different chairs, there's some different techniques in there. It's pretty much the same though, just the way that you decorate with the clay after that changes. So you can choose different chairs for your John Lennon. Just remember the time that he is doing that and where he's doing that, because chances that have a fancy chair like that in a studio are very small, unless you're making him like playing guitar in his house or you want a couch and whatever. Then you can do that. There's some pictures that he's actually playing guitar sitting on the floor. There's some pictures that he's playing on his bed. But I'm gonna put this thing around his ears as he's in the studio. And for the studios, this is kind of like simple chair is the ones that I found more often in all the pictures. So I'm just going for this one. Okay, so there you go. Something like that. I can still smooth this out a little bit before I bake, but I would do with with cotton and alcohol or oil. Just show the metal a little bit. I'm just gonna cover up again, and I might smooth that out better. And for the front, I don't think I will smooth it out better. I might just smooth out with acetone after it's baked, so it takes my digitals out but doesn't lose all the wavy stuff that I kind of want to keep it. And that's it, guys. This is the chair. I'm gonna bake that now, and then I'm gonna have some lunch, and I might come back today still for starting his body. Let's start blocking his body. This class, specific class for glasses and chair, I'm leaving available for all my Patreons. But the faces and bodies and sculpting, it will be for the live stream Patreons. So yeah, I might come back today. I have doctor's appointments, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to do a lot, but I'll try to come back after lunch for starting his body. So I'm gonna bake that now, and hopefully I'll be back still today for blocking his body. Okay? I don't know if somebody's talking to me. I'm not seeing anybody talking here. Looks like my computer is kind of frozen, but I didn't see my cell phone as well, so I think there is nobody talking to me. Okay, anyway, see you all either this afternoon or tomorrow. Bye bye.